Mr. Milktastic, coming back at you with another episode, splashing in the fishbowl. And on today's episode, yeah, I did a thing with that shine of mine. We took some time, took a flight, went to Fantasy Island, little Hedo. As y'all can see, y'all see the location where it was at. We did like a week over there. And I'm gonna give y'all some of my thoughts and opinions on it, you know what I'm saying? Like, after the reading. But let me get my tools together because I didn't even have my Bible ready. I just was like, bump the dock, know I'm here, know I got good signal. We ain't out the country no more with bad signal. So we here. And we're gonna get this reading in right quick as they unload, and I think I got my next load already.
I'm looking everywhere.
Satchel's on back. One satchel delivered. We here to get the other one. Let's go get it.
Candidate misleads viewers on Kamala Harris fracking stance.
That's crazy.
That's on Google. Well,
that's crazy.
Of course. And then the first link at DC. Of course.
That's crazy.
They control the minds of the people. Third link, fact check. Add misleading on Harris.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you. On Google. So
that's crazy.
You know what's so scary about this, bro?
That's crazy.
When people arguing about politics, when they say Google it.
Man.
But Google is biased.
Wow.
So it's like, JD exposed that though. Damn. I say, I hope the American people realize that.
That's actually crazy. See, but when you tell someone who's so in believing that this way is fact because they can just Google it and everything reinforces their belief in it.
It's hard.
And then you tell them, well, all that's biased. You sound insane.
You do, but it's
like,
the truth.
That's crazy.
It's the truth. All you gotta do is pull up the numbers. Who was the number one donating to the campaign?
That's crazy.
Number one in the world. They gave the most money. That's like a donor for a football team. Whoever gives the most money, I'm pretty sure they're a fan of that team. Pretty sure.
That's a fact.
I'm in favor of banning fracking. So yeah, and starting with what we can do on day one around public lands, right? And then there has to be legislation. But yes, and this is something I've taken on in California. I have a history of working on this issue. And to your point,
so that'd be a problem when I'm trying to put the address in the garment and it don't pull up. I don't like when that happens.
Yeah. So.
But let's hear what Colin will talk about.
Y'all, what's the point of being a U.S. citizen anymore if the migrants?
I want to hear what Kamala talking about.
That was quite cool. Everything reinforces their belief in it.
It's hard.
And then you tell them, well, all that's biased. You sound insane.
You do, but it's
like,
the
that's
truth.
Crazy.
It's the truth. All you gotta do is pull up the numbers. Who was the number one donating to the campaign?
That's crazy.
Number one in the world. They gave the most money. That's like a donor for a football team. Whoever gives the most money, I'm pretty sure they're a fan of that team. Pretty sure.
It's a fact.
I'm in favor of banning fracking. So yeah, and starting with what we can do on day one around public lands, right? And then there has to be legislation. But yes, and this is something I've taken on in California. I have a history of working on this issue. And to your point, we have to just acknowledge that the residual impact of fracking is enormous in terms of the impact on the health and safety of communities. Yeah. So
that was quite clear. So she ended her 2020 presidential run in December 2019. The only debate she participated in 2020 was the general election debate with then Vice President Mike Pence. And I went over the transcript of the debate tonight. Nowhere in there does she make clear that she had support for a fracking ban. Rather, she repeated that Joe Biden, the head of the Democratic ticket at the time, would himself not ban fracking. So listen to what she actually said in that 2020 debate.
Joe Biden will not end fracking. He has been very clear about that. I will repeat, and the American people know, that Joe Biden will not ban fracking.
So it makes perfect sense that at the time she was speaking on behalf of Biden, the president, not the vice president, sets administration policy. But maybe other people feel differently. I certainly did not hear anywhere in there Kamala Harris saying that she personally had abandoned her previously expressed 2019 view. Rather, again, she was speaking for Joe Biden.
That's kind of how what Tim Walz was doing. He wasn't speaking for Kamala. He was speaking for himself.
Thanks.
That's like, imagine if Trump or JD had a stance like, I'm going to ban or take back guns. The same thing she did. They got something. Do they? When did they say that? They said no abortion. No. So how did he flip-flop? What did he say? He said, okay, he doesn't support it. He still don't support it. He said he wants to leave it to the states. They found something. But look, they said, you talking about what we saw the other day? Yeah. Okay, but that's different. He went from, I want a ban, which he didn't go for a ban, like she did. He didn't take action, but he said he didn't. He said he didn't sign that bill. Who? The paperwork said that was in his statement. That was in his statement. He didn't sign a bill. He did not sign a national abortion ban.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That was for when he ran for in Ohio.
Right. Okay. So he went from that to the stance of okay, leave it to the states. That's like going from that to a national to Roe vs. Wade coming back.
Yeah.
He didn't do that. You see? That she went from all the way over here to all the way over here. He went from over here to like over here.
Yeah.
That's my point. But she did that on the border too.
That's a great take. That's a great take.
She can't win off those issues.
That was a great take.
She just tells people what they want to hear in that moment. She was at a climate change event, and that's what she said. That shit.
That's kind of bad. If you look at that,
that's actress. It's fake. And that's what everybody says.
Like, at least Trump, he gonna stand on 10.
He gonna stand on bigger.
Next satchel, that's just some guys. Let me see what's the name of their podcast. Give them a shout out. Cartier family. They doing a lot of reactions to Trump's answers and Kamala's answers. I think they doing presidents too, but let me get the Bible. Oh, I was way up. We're on chapter 13. So 1 Kings chapter 13. Dear Lord, Father up in heaven, thank you for everything, for forgiving me of my sins. I ask you to forgive me of my sins in Jesus' name. Thank you for sending your son, Jesus, to die for my sins. I ask you to watch over me, Lord. Guide me as I traverse through this life. Keep me away from anger, jealousy, and strife. Bring peace, calmness to my spirit, wisdom, knowledge, understanding as I read your word, and may the person that's listening get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in the urge to read your word for themselves and build a relationship with you for themselves. In Jesus' name, I ask you to just watch over me, my friends, my family, even my foes, Father up in heaven. Forgive me of my sins. Thank you for safe travels. Thank you for keeping us. Thank you for letting us, allowing me and us to see this beautiful world you built. I ask you to take the financial burden away by sending the financial blessing. If you in need of this, just say amen in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, let's go. Jeroboam warned stricken. Now behold, there came a man of God from Judah to Bethel by the word of the Lord, while Jeroboam was standing by the altar to burn incense. He cried against the altar by the word of the Lord and said, O altar, altar, thus says the Lord, behold, a son shall be born to the house of David, Joshua by name, and on you he shall sacrifice the priest of the high place who burn incense on you, and the human bones shall be burnt on you. Then he gave a sign the same day, saying, this is the sign which the Lord has spoken. Behold, the altar shall be split apart, and the ashes which are on it shall be poured out. Now when the king heard the saying of the man of God, which he cried against the altar in Bethel, Jeroboam stretched out his hand from the altar, saying, seize him. But the hand which he stretched out against him dried up, so that he could not draw it back to himself. The altar also was split apart, and the ashes were poured out from the altar according to the sign which the man of God had given by the word of the Lord. The king said to the man of God, please entreat the Lord your God and pray for me that my hand may be restored to me. So the man of God entreated the Lord, and the king's hand was restored to him. And it became as it was before. Excuse me. Then He said to the man of God, come home with me and refresh yourself, and I will give you a reward. But the man of God said to the king, if you were to give me half your house, I would not go with you, nor would I eat bread or drink water in this place. For so it was commanded me by the word of the Lord, saying, you shall eat no bread, nor drink water, nor return by the way which you came. So he went another way, and did not return by the way which he came to Bethel, the disobedient prophet. Now an old prophet was living in Bethel, and his son came and told him all these deeds which the man of God had done that day in Bethel. The words which he had spoken to the king, these also they related to their father. Their father said to them, which way did he go? Now his sons had seen the way which the man of God who came from Judah had gone. Then he said to his son, saddle the donkeys for me. So they saddled the donkey for him, and he rode away on it. So he went after the man of God and found him sitting under an oak. And he said to him, are you the man of God who came from Judah? And he said, I am. Then he said to him, come home with me and eat bread. He said, I cannot return with you, nor go with you, nor will I eat bread or drink water with you in this place. For a command came to me by the word of the Lord, you shall eat no bread, nor drink water there. Do not return by going the way which you came. He said to him, I also am a prophet like you, and an angel spoke to me by the word of the Lord, saying, bring him back with you to your house, that he may eat bread and drink. But he lied to him. So he went back with him and ate bread in his house and drank. Now it came about, as they were sitting down at the table, that the word of the Lord came to the prophet who had brought him back. And he cried to the man of God who came from Judah, saying, thus said the Lord, because you have disobeyed the command of the Lord, and have not observed the commandment which the Lord your God commanded you, but have returned and eaten and drunken water in the place which he said to you, eat no bread and drink no water, your body shall not come to the grave of your fathers. It came about after he had eaten the bread and after he had drunk, that he saddled the donkey for him, for the prophet whom he had brought back. Now when he had gone, a lion met him on the way and killed him, and his body was thrown on the road, with the donkey standing beside it. The lion also was standing beside the body. And behold, men passed by and saw the body thrown on the road, and the lion standing beside the body. So they came and told it to the city where the old prophet lived. Now when the prophet who brought him back from the way heard it, he said, it is the man of God who disobeyed the command of the Lord. Therefore the Lord has given him to the lion, which has torn him and killed him according to the word of the Lord which he spoken to him. Then he spoke to his son, saying, saddle the donkey for me. And they saddled it. He went and found his body thrown on the road with the donkey, and the lion standing beside the body. The lion had not eaten the body, nor torn the donkey. So the prophet took up the body of the man of God, laid it on the donkey, and brought it back. And he came to the city of the old prophet to mourn and to bury him. He laid his body in his own grave, and they mourned over him, saying, alas, my brother. After he had buried him, he spoke to his son, saying, when I die, bury me in the grave in which the man of God is buried. Lay my bones beside his bones, for the things shall surely come to pass which he cried by the word of the Lord against the altar in Bethel, and against all the houses of the high places which are in the cities of Samaria. After the event, Jeroboam did not return from his evil ways, but again he made priests of high places from among all the people, any who would After this event, Jeroboam did not return from his evil way, but again he made priests of the high places from among all the people. Any who would he ordained to be priests of the high places. This event became sin to the house of Jeroboam, even to blot it out and destroy it from off the face of the earth. And that was chapter 13, 1 Kings. Well, we've been missing it, and we've been MIA, and God been blessing us, and we need blessings in our life. And let's just keep reading another chapter, because we need to tighten up. We need the blessings of the Lord in our life, okay? Too much stuff you're trying to go left when we needed to go right. All right. Chapter 14. Ahijah prophetess against the king. At the time, Abijah, the son of Jeroboam, became sick. Jeroboam said to his wife, arise now and disguise yourself, so that they will not know that you are the wife of Jeroboam, and go to Shalom. Behold, Ahijah the prophet is there, who spoke concerning me that I would be king over this place. Take 10 loaves with you, some cake and a jar of honey, and go to him. He will tell you what will happen to the boy. Jeroboam's wife did so, and arose and went to Shalom, and came to the house of Ahijah. Now Ahijah could not see, for his eyes were dim because of his age. Now the Lord had said to Ahijah, behold, the wife of Jeroboam is coming to inquire of you concerning her son, for he is sick. You shall say thus and thus to her, for it will be when she arrives that she will pretend to be another woman. When Ahijah heard the sound of her feet coming in the doorway, he said, come in, wife of Jeroboam. Why do you pretend to be another woman? For I am sent to you with a harsh message. Go say to Jeroboam, thus says the Lord God of Israel, because I exalted you from among the people and made you leader over my people Israel, and tore the kingdom away from the house of David and gave it to you, yet you have not been like my servant David, who kept my commandments and who followed me with all his heart, to do only that which was right in my sight. You also have done more evil than all who were before you, and have gone and made for yourself other gods and molten images to provoke me to anger, and have cast me behind your back. Therefore, behold, I am bringing calamity on the house of Jeroboam, and will cut off from Jeroboam every male person, both bond and free in Israel. And I will make a clean sweep of the house of Jeroboam, as one sweeps away dung until it is all gone. Anyone belonging to Jeroboam who dies in the city, the dogs will eat, and he who dies in the field, the birds of the heaven will eat. For the Lord has spoken. Now you, arise, go to your house. When your feet enter the city, the child will die. All Israel shall mourn for him and bury him, for he alone of Jeroboam's family will come to the grave, because in him something good was found toward the Lord God of Israel in the house of Jeroboam. Moreover, the Lord will raise up for himself a king over Israel, who will cut off the house of Jeroboam this day. And from now on, for the Lord will strike Israel as a reed is shaken in the water, and he will uproot Israel from this good land which he gave to their fathers, and will scatter them beyond the Euphrates River, because they have made their Asherim, provoking the Lord to anger. He will give up Israel on account of the sins of Jeroboam, which he committed, and which he made Israel to sin. Then Jeroboam's wife arose and departed and came to Tisra. As she was entering the threshold of the house, the child died. All Israel buried him and mourned for him according to the word of the Lord, which he spoke through his servant Ahijah the prophet. Now the rest of the acts of Jeroboam, how he made war and how he reigned, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the king of Israel, the time that Jeroboam reigned. What's going on? Good to go? Appreciate you, buddy. All right, you have a good one. Now the rest of the acts of Jeroboam, how he made war and how he reigned, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. The time that Jeroboam reigned was 22 years, and he slept with his fathers, and Nadab, his son, reigned in his place. Rehoboam misleads Judah. Now Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 41 years old when he became king, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which the Lord had chosen from all the tribes of Israel to put his name there. And his mother's name was Naamah. The Amorites. Judah did evil in the sight of the Lord, and they provoked him to jealousy more than all that their fathers had done, with the sins which they committed. For they also built for themselves high places and scarred pillars and Asherim on every high hill and beneath every luxurious tree. There were also male coat prostitutes in the land. They did according to all the abominations of the nations which the Lord disposed of before the sons of Israel. Now it happened in the 5th year of the king of Rehoboam, that Shishak, the king of Egypt, came up against Jerusalem. He took away the treasures of the house of the Lord and the treasures of the king's house, and he took everything, even taking all the shields of gold which Solomon had made. So King Rehoboam made shields of bronze in their place, and committed them to the care of the commanders of the guard who guarded the doorway of the king's house. Then it happened as often as the king entered the house of the Lord that the guards would carry them and would bring them back into the guard's room. Now the rest of the acts of Rehoboam and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the king of Judah? There was war between Rehoboam and Jeroboam continually, and Rehoboam slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, and his mother's name was Naomi the Ammonites, and Abijah his son became the king in his place. So next is chapter 15, and that's his son becoming king. I know where my eyes just started watering, like something blew in. But yeah, that was chapter 13 and 14 of Kings. I hope y'all got something from that. Let's get a little bit in too, because we got to get the financial IQ up. You heard me? We got to get the financial IQ together. Yes. Yes. All right. 2 disadvantages. Over the years, I discovered there are 2 disadvantaged people two disadvantages people had when it came to money. They are: our schools do not teach much about money. Even an A student leaves school knowing very little. On top of that, via the recently discovered science on mirror neurons, most of us learn about money from people who also are not financially intelligent. That is why so many people have middle class aspirations, i.e. living up below your means, saving money and staying out of debt. Our schools do not strengthen the subconscious mind. In fact, rather than educate, schools depend on fear to motivate, threaten rather than teach, imitate rather than imitate rather than innovate, punish mistakes rather than encourage, play it safe rather than think bigger, and say what a person wants to hear rather than what a person needs to hear. Due to these 2 factors, many people buy when they should sell, and save when they should spend, and spend when they should save, are fearful when they should be brave, and are brave when they should be fearful. Examples of such non-controlled, irrational, financial, foolish, subconscious brain behavior are: number 1, all quant funds selling at the same time, crashing the market because they were all invested in the same stocks. They were selling when they should have been buying. Panic comes from the subconscious brain. Copying or mimicking comes from the fear of being different. So they do the same thing instead of being creative and risking thinking differently. Number 2, when people receive a raise or come into some money, they often expect good instead of paying off bad debt. I know of a gentleman who inherited nearly $1 million from his parents. Immediately, he bought a big house and 2 new cars on credit. Instead of getting out of bad debt, he got him into greater debt. Today, he is out of money and trying to save his house. Y'all gotta forgive me with the eye wiping. It just keep on running, and I just can't have water sitting in my eye like that. It just bothers me. My vision, I can't see. All right, when the economy turns down, the sales prevention department. Number 3, when the economy turns down, the sales prevention department of many businesses take control. When sales drop, most businesses cut back on advertising, promotion, and sales staff. Rather than save a business need to spend in a bad economy, business needs to spend more on advertising and promotion, hire more sales reps, offer more sales incentives, and be more creative. In other words, be more right-brained and communicate more. Instead of the sales acquisition department taking the lead, the sales prevention department takes over. The sales prevention department of most companies is made up of left-brained people such as accountants, attorneys, and salaried employees. Generally, people with strong left brains but terrified subconscious brains. When the sales prevention department takes over, many employees lose their jobs. In my opinion, when times are tough, it is the sales prevention department that should shed a few employees. The subconscious brain thinks it's intelligence. The problem with the subconscious brain is that it can be your greatest friend or your worst enemy. It takes a person with higher intelligence to step back and objectively determine which brain is talking, the friend or the enemy. When it comes to highly emotional subjects such as money, sex, religion, and politics, it requires a highly evolved intellect to be able to detach, expand, listen objectively, and then think clearly with both left and right brain. The problem with the subconscious brain is it is reactive, not intelligent, and not able to weigh pros and cons. Arguing with an idiot. It is impossible to be logical with a person speaking from his or her subconscious brain, because the subconscious brain isn't logical. It can't think. It can only react. The problem is when people are speaking via their subconscious brain, they still think they are being logical and intelligent. For example, when I suggest that a business person spends instead of save during a recession, in most cases the subconscious brain takes over and begins giving the business person the logic reason why he or she needs to cut back or to lay off employees and go into a money-saving mode. To most business people, this is logical and intelligent. They do not want to learn more. Their mind is made up. Their brain is closed to new ideas. If you push the issue, the mind becomes defensive. The wall goes up, and instead of feeling, they want to fight. They want to defend their decisions and be right. Instead of learning, they become idiots. The problem with arguing with an idiot is there are soon two idiots, you and the person you're arguing with. One of the reasons poor people remain poor is because they have a poor person's subconscious mind. When I talk to people who are struggling financially, many will defend their right to be poor. They say things such as, I'd rather be happy than rich, or you have to be a crook to be rich. If you argue with them in an attempt to open their minds to new ideas, their subconscious brain often becomes more closed, more self-righteous. Soon, there are two idiots having a friendly argument. A similar event occurs with many employees and high-paid executives who like their jobs but want to do something else. Instead of doing what they want to do, their subconscious mind comes up with logical, reasonable reasons why they cannot. When informed about the high taxes they are paying, the high-paid employees, they may reply, well, you have to pay taxes. If pressed and informed about better investment, higher returns, and less in taxes, they may reply, that sounds risky. They close their mind to new possibilities because of fear. If you argue, there again are two idiots. So that was a little bit of increasing our financial IQ. I hope y'all did get something from the Bible reading and the financial IQ reading. I got to skedaddle to this next load. While I'm rolling, I'll talk to y'all a little bit about this Hedo stuff. I'll make another video separately about it, but I had to get that reading in. It's been too long. To my drivers, who knows what this is? If you know, you know. All right, so let's talk about it. Hedo. How did we end up at the Hedo? We ended up at the Hedo because, went to Jamaica, had a good time, and some people told my lady about this new resort. So she was telling me she want to go and experience it. And me and her done did the nude beach already, so it ain't too much, you feel me? Like, to me, I ain't ashamed of shit. She ain't ashamed of shit, so we agreed that we was gonna go.
Mile, turn right, then take the first left.
So that's how I ended up at the Hedo. Now, what I seen when I got to the Hedo, that's a whole nother ball game, baby. So, oh yeah, we send in that. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I put the bill. Oh, it's up there. Already check up like I got 4 legs. So we send in that satchel, man, so they can get that. We don't want to hear that stuff about we didn't get it. We didn't get nothing about that. But okay, so we get the Hedo. You know, I know it's a nude resort, so you know you're gonna expect to see some nudity. It's a nude resort. What you expect, right? The thing about it is they have a clothing optional part and they have an all nude part. So the clothing optional people can go over to the all nude part and get food or whatever. Cause I think like they restaurant or they bars be open like all the time. So you can go over there and get food and drinks, but you have to get it and go. Cause I went over there to get some food and I got my food and then I was waiting on my lady to get her stuff. And I promise, the security came to me and say, you've been here exactly 5 minutes. You have to get naked. Hey, it wasn't like a request. It's almost like she wanted to see the meat. She was like, yeah, take that shit off. You over here hanging out, you gotta take all this off. So I was like, all right, bet. I just told her I'll get my food for the hit it. To tell you the truth, you know what I'm saying? Seen some swinging going on out there. There's a lot of swinging going on out there that I was observing. And yeah. I didn't participate, or we didn't participate in any of the swinging activity. Oh yeah, that's the thing about it too. Like, you ain't got to worry about people just coming up trying to stick their dick in you, cause you're gonna see some sexual things going on. You feel me? This ain't just a nude resort. It's almost like a sex swingers resort. And it was actually like real laid back, you know, real laid back environment. And I can see how if you had a society where people wasn't just, you know, run up and take the pussy, because I can see also in the world, like if everybody was just naked, yeah, we would definitely, like, you know, have more issues with niggas just trying to take it, because it's right there. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be in a controlled environment. And when you first get there, it's like they have beads that they give you, this necklace, and the beads identify like what you with. Like our beads was like, we here to watch and be watched, but they got tell people, hey, I'm here to explore. Hey, I want to try new things. Hey, I want to explore my dark side. So these beads that you wearing lets people know, like, hey, they want to swing. Hey, they want to get, you know, they want to be freaky. They want to try stuff. So, you know, they got, it's not like you just nude and people can just come and touch you, and nah, everything is real laid back. It's just like having a good time meeting people, but you meeting these people without no clothes. You have no clothes on. Like, yeah, we went nude a couple times. Seen a lot of people doing it out in public places, and like I said, I can see how that could be happening in a controlled environment, but in the life of like the world, yeah, clothing is a good idea, because just watching people fuck or have sex will make you want to have sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that look good right there. Let's do that. You know, and a couple times, you know, it's my first time out there with my lady, so we don't know all the rules. We don't know like what you supposed to do and this and that. But I'm kind of like, I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, but I be catching on. You feel me? So like, let's say they got these, what you call these things? It's like cabanas. Let's say they got cabanas posted up here and there, and the cabanas got beds on them. You know, so shit, we seen one that was clean, had the sheets on it, and we laid down. And I'm telling my girl like we supposed to do it. She said, I ain't say that. I sort of just put two and two together like, hey, they ain't got no bed out here with all these naked people out here just to have a bed out here. Oh no, it's supposed to go down on this bed for sure. But yeah, so what happened? We ended up going to sleep on the cabana, right? And then she wake me up, and I look over across. There's another cabana directly across from us. Man, I tell you, dog, and then put it dog in her box like full throttle, wetting that thing up. And he started dropping it in her. You feel me? Right there, in front of everybody. Seen that a couple times, a couple different places. It's just a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? It ain't all about the freaky shit, but to me, I ain't never tell y'all, I got corrupted at a young age by finding a porno book and the VH, like the old VH tape, you know what I'm saying? That Big Booty 3, that Big Booty Talk 3 type porn DVD. So I've been corrupted with porn since young. So for me to see all of this nakedness and this sucking and fucking, and it was like, I enjoyed myself. I truly enjoyed myself. But being a freak, like, I see why we got on clothes, and because you wouldn't get shit done. Like in that type of environment, like you're so relaxed. Like, you know, we in Jamaica, right? So a lot of people blowing the ganja. They even got a ganja dispensary on site. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you don't have to leave the resort for anything. Everything is all inclusive. You got all the liquor. Me and her was, oh my gosh, she got so wasted the first night. She throwing up like crazy. The first night she got wasted, I was like, mission accomplished. You came to get fucked up. We got fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Had a good time. We'll be going back. What else I can tell y'all about that place? They got a little, the beach. You can go on the beach nude. They had a nice show out there. Nice little show. I think that was the last night for us, show night. But they had like fantasy nights. Like you could be, like we did the Egyptian thing. Then, you know my name, Milkman, so we did the cow thing. You know what I'm saying? Yo, y'all can see my fit on the thumbnail. I ain't put her in because I don't know if I want y'all looking at my eye candy like that. That baby bad though, and I had a good time. And I'm gonna tell y'all, you know, just stay prayed up. Because the more I be thinking about it, it be like, this probably how them freak orgies be happening. Because if everybody just naked, and then you and her friendly, and you and him friendly, and okay, you can fuck my girl, I'm gonna fuck your girl. That's how that be happening. Like you meet people and you get friendly and like, all right, fuck it, you look good, he look good, he look good, boom. Now y'all in the they had this thing called, I want to say it's called the playroom, and men can't go in the playroom by themselves, but women can bring men to the playroom, and then whatever happened in there happened in there. Like I seen some couples in there swapping out. I assume they were swapping out. And yeah, they had them things like, you know, the whips and chains. They had a swangy swings where you could put your legs all the way up, like your girl like her legs straight up. Yeah, they had the swings in there where she could put them legs straight up and you could drop that wood straight in up. I'm talking about I had a ball over there. You hear me? Goodness gracious. My girl keep trying to say it ain't no freaky shit. I'm telling her like, listen, it's nude resorts, it's even nude beaches in the United States. I ain't found no place where you could just be openly naked, conversating with people with your wood out, and casually ask, hey, you mind sucking it? You talking to a chick and she naked, you naked, like, think you wanna fuck? It's like, what the hell? So I enjoyed myself, but, you know, at the end of the day, you gotta be comfortable in the skin that you in to go out here and be nude around other people, or to be swinging with other people. Because we did have a goal to do that we ain't do. I gotta talk to my boo about why we ain't do what we were supposed to do, but she did give me a slight reason, but I'm like, yeah, you know, okay. But yeah, Hedo Fantasy Island, where you can go and be wildin'. I like Fantasy Island because it be wildin' and styling. You got the people out there, you understand. Fucking, you just doing it and everybody watching and see. That's why I say I can understand how if it was like a society like that, how it can go left real quick. You know, cause maybe you still got the what you call those guys that don't be getting no pussy. I can't think of what the name. Oh, incels. So even though everybody's naked, you might still have some incels, some weird dudes that just don't know how to talk to females. Even though clearly they pussy out, they titties out, all you got to do is conversate with them, make them laugh, and you can fuck them. But it's still some incels that don't know how to do this. So they would end up taking it. And I think that's why we have people that take it now, because they don't know how to communicate to the women, so they get mad and they just take it. You feel me? So for a controlled environment like that resort is cool, but I see why it's not a public thing, because it leads you to thinking sexually all day. Maybe it's not other people, but me just seeing naked females, and yeah, you're gonna see some naked niggas, white people, Chinese people, all that. It's all different races. You're gonna see everything. You're gonna see everything there. Most of it gonna be naked. So I don't know who else can be around just a bunch of naked people and a bunch of people having sex and not think about sex. I'm already like high sex driven. Like I be wanting to fuck all the time sometimes, you feel me? Like, girl be like, ah, God damn, yeah, I want to fuck a lot. I don't know who don't. That is some good shit. When God made sex, he made good shit. Nigga be wanting some pussy for breakfast, some pussy for lunch, and some pussy for dinner. You heard me? And a little late night snack piece of pussy too. I'm just saying, you at a nude resort, people are nude, and there are people fucking in public, they sexing in public. It makes you want to have sex, you know what I'm saying? Continually. Yes. So we'll definitely be revisiting Hedo. And crazy shit. If we would have did it though, I think I would be, I don't know. don't know. We would have did what the plan was. I don't know how I would feel after that, afterwards. You know, like you be having this plan, like, oh yeah, we can do this, do that, but how I'm gonna look at you after the fact? Like, if we still gonna be able to be cool, I'm gonna feel some type of way. You gonna feel some type of way. But like I said, if you go to Hedo, you don't even have to go fully nude. You could be there the whole time with your clothes on. You know? Because like I said, they got the one side where you can only be over there to get food and drinks for like 5 minutes. After that, you need to get naked. We ain't hang out on that side too tough. We went over there to get the food or whatever. But, yeah. Yeah. It was a time had. It was a blast had. Like I said, you're going to see naked everything. You're going to see people doing everything. You're going to see orgies right in front of you. And if you're friendly with some of the people that's in the orgy, you like, hey, can I participate? I'm going to put my pee-pee right there and her wee-wee, you understand me? But it just seems like the type of place where, yeah, if you ain't never tried it, you should try it. And if you ain't gonna try nothing different, why the hell you going to Fantasy Island for? To do the same regular stuff? Come on now, that's not feasible. But yeah, and I think it's some other things that took place and that transpired and that I can tell y'all about. I'll tell y'all about it, but I ain't gonna tell y'all about everything, you know what I mean? Save some of it for the next trip. But definitely get out there and enjoy yourself. But don't lose yourself in the hedoism. Because at the end of the day, we still gotta live life and we still godly people, you feel me? Like we ain't just out here on some demon time type shit. But being fully nude and just free is just exhilarating. I can't explain it. You have to go experience it. But you have to be comfortable in the skin that you're in to experience it fully. And there was people out there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Shit, I think there were people out there longer than that. I see why though. I see why people be out there for 2 and 3 weeks. If you got the bread, yeah, everybody naked, everybody sucking, everybody fucking. Yeah, all you gotta do is make friends and now you fucking. Cause the clothes is already off. But it's more so about the experience of being free, I guess, without clothes and no judgment and not worried about nothing. And then you got all the liquor you want. They feeding you all day and all night. Everything is all inclusive. So I would say, try it out. You know what I'm saying? Try it out. What's the harm? What's the harm gonna come from you trying it out? Can't be too much harm in you trying it out. And like I said, if you don't feel comfortable getting naked, don't get naked. That's all that is. But yeah, we was listening to the boy was talking about Kamala shit. We still on that. Let y'all hear a little bit more of them boys talking about Kamala. I really they just reacting to her responses. They ain't talking about it, they reacting to her responses. And that's why I like looking at videos like this, because it's like, if you watch the debate, yeah, you see the debate, but you don't really get it. But if you look at the reaction videos, like people breaking down the answers. But as far as Hedo, you should definitely probably try, you know what I'm saying? Nice little getaway.
Exit 74A.
Nice little
to I-195 North.
Little freak off, you know what I'm saying?
Exit 74A.
Hedoism freak off.
To I-195
You feel
North.
me? That's what that was. Hedoism freak off. That was a freak off right there. That was a freaking freak off. You heard me? Oh my gosh. All right. Gotta pay attention. Y'all listen to this. Make sure I'm going to the right place.
I like for you to at least keep it 100. Then just put a face on everywhere I go.
Yeah,
what audience we got?
Trump said, hey, I said what I said. Go!
That's crazy. That was crazy.
Two more quick questions, Madam Vice President. Former President Trump says that you've had 4 years as Vice President to do all the things you promised in the campaign, but haven't done it. Is he right, or did President Biden not give you, or limited in some way, your role as vice president?
So let's start with this. I think that the former president is
Amazon hates this, but there's nothing they can do to stop it. There's a new electric lighter out there, and it's got the firepower of a military-grade flamethrower. It's already been banned from Home Depot, Amazon, and Walmart for being too powerful. But the company behind it, they're not playing ball with the big retailers, and they've sold over 3 million units in just the past 30 days. That's right, they're cutting out the middleman and slashing the price. This lighter called Fireblaze is unlike anything you've ever seen. It's been featured in all major newspapers like NBC News, Fox News, and even CNN. That's because it doesn't use butane or gas. Instead, it runs off iron.
Is really becoming quite desperate, and has really been offering a lot of misstatements and misinformation. And perhaps it's because he wants to distract from the fact that he has offered no plan for the American people.
Wow.
I have talked about this before. I invite you to go to his rallies.
Agenda 47.
And what you'll hear about full time is him talking about himself and his personal grievances. But what you won't hear him talking about is you and the needs that you have as a working person, as a family person. My plan is about building an opportunity economy where I'm going to give first-time home buyers a $25,000 down payment assistance so they can get their foot in the door to be able to be a homeowner. My plan is about $6,000 tax deduction for middle-class families for the first year of their child's life to help them buy a crib or a car seat. My plan is about getting a $50,000 tax deduction to start up businesses, to our small businesses, knowing that they are part of the backbone of America's economy. Those are my plans. And I think that, unfortunately, what we've got on the other side is someone who wants to distract from the fact that his plan is about giving billionaires and big corporations a tax break like he did the last time and doing that again.
Have to say.
But you would
They're giving
acknowledge that
billionaires
as
tax
vice-
breaks.
Hold on. I want to hear him about it.
I'm sorry.
Did she answer the question, though? No.
I'm sorry.
She did not. What's the question? The question was, well, how did you not have enough power? Oh, yeah. Because they said, you know, but we all say, oh, yeah, every damn day. Did you have the power to change things or not? Because if you did, then why don't you do the things that you say you're going to do? She didn't say no.
She went straight to his strong fault.
No. When she first started, When she first started answering no, she was stuttering bad. I was like, ooh, he got you with that one. Then she just went to her program and went back to that script that she wrote. She would recite all the time.
You know what she was waiting on? They probably had the reader teleprompter in past. She's like, and then started struggling.
That could be what's going on.
I was thinking that. Where is she right now?
And I think that, unfortunately, what we've got on the other side is someone who wants to distract from the fact that his plan is about giving billionaires and big corporations a tax break like he did the last time and doing that again.
But you would acknowledge that as vice president, you can't do the things that you can do as president.
Well, absolutely. There's only one president of the United States, but I have been very excited to spend time in Pittsburgh and in Pennsylvania. I was just in Pittsburgh actually talking about my economic plan, but to spend time in Pittsburgh and in the rest of the state talking with folks about what I intend to do as president, and I am so honored and humbled to have received a lot of the support from the folks in that beautiful city of Pittsburgh and around the state, because I believe that what I'm talking about in terms of lifting up American workers and American families is something people want to know that their president will do.
Opportunity zone, guys.
That might actually be one of the worst ones for her. She does not answer questions. That was a good question. The fact that they said, the fact they said JD didn't answer no questions. Oh yeah. Don't do that. That's like what I say about everything. It's like if you're doing something and you know you're doing something, don't say that they're doing that thing. Like calling people weird on the right. Don't do that. Everybody knows. So keep it. Y'all weird. Okay. So then, like you said, JD don't answer questions. But Kamala answers questions? Come on.
But
I agree. She did answer the question.
So the fact that he did it, she didn't, and then y'all acknowledge that he didn't, or say that he didn't, but then won't acknowledge the fact she definitely does it. It's crazy.
But like, they really asked a simple question: do you have the same amount of power as Joe Biden?
Did you have power to implement the things? Obviously, but then she went on to.
She said, "Well,
she couldn't stay on top of
Pittsburgh is a beautiful city, and I just love where it's from." And I just want to date
She told you to sleep. She's good at it. They asked her a question, and then she lulled you to sleep until you stopped listening, and then you forgot what the question was she was asked. It happened to me several times in the debate. And we went back to the next time, so why she didn't answer? I didn't know this stuff. She talked so long, you know, I drifted off. Man, what did she say? She answered.
She took you to a whole new universe.
Like, Chuck and JD, they gonna answer. They go, or JD, he would get a little story, and he'd be like, but to answer the question, he literally say that and then answer the question. And then y'all say he didn't answer. After reviewing the evidence, I think that Trump will win these swing voters, man. Yeah, like the Kamala lovers and all that, the people who hate Trump, they gonna vote left, yeah. The people in the middle are going to vote Trump.
I just don't think, my fault. I don't think anyone is sold on her, like, as much as they try to make it seem, because
Tim Walker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't think people are as sold on it as they try to make it seem, because it's like she never answers the questions on what her real plans are, and all she does is say the same things over and over and over. And he just asked her a real question straight up, like, you've been the vice president for 4 years, like, why haven't you done any of that now if you had power? And she just went back to the same spiel she's been giving. It's like, it's crazy.
You know what I think about that kind of pissed me off a little bit? You remember how they asked her and Joe Biden, Iran, don't.
Yeah, that was
like,
terrible.
What the that was terrible. What they did.
No, that was terrible.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Didn't the Biden administration accidentally give Iran $16 billion?
Yeah.
Is that a real thing that happened?
Yeah.
How do you accidentally do that, though?
I don't know if that was. I don't think it was on.
No.
But I want to know the validity of that story.
After the VP debate, I'm not even that mad at Tim Walz no more, bro.
No, Tim
I'm not Tim Walz. He ain't really fearmonger at all. I'm not mad at Tim Walz either. Really, I mean, no, everybody even knows that. Like, people on the left, everybody was like, Tim Walz, you know, like, hey.
People keep saying, people are saying, I thought it was crazy when we watched like MSNBC and CNN, and they were like, he's one of the best communicators Democrats have. I'm like, you don't think he's a better communicator than JD after watching that? Just the fact that you can even come on, if that's the best y'all got, and that's what he just did against JD. Oh man, y'all.
I never agree with a Democrat talking points more than what he was saying. JD agree with him. This is their best.
They was going back and forth.
This is your key.
They was going back and forth. I agree. You know what I'm saying?
Respectful. Yeah.
They have respect. They have mutual respect.
Even like most of like the way he's putting several things is okay. Like, I see what you're saying.
Keep it 100. I think JD cooked that, man.
No, he did.
I think like if that's the best y'all got.
Yo, main thing, get out, live life, take trips, enjoy the one that you love, spend time with the one that you love, and just appreciate them. I don't know how much of that y'all caught, but I was just saying thank God that you're still here, still breathing, still alive, and still got chances to do other things.
Arrive at
So
1500
make sure y'all do that right there. And yeah. Stay prayed up. 1308, I think this is it right here. Like, oh no, it's supposed to be Ashby. So yeah, this is probably not Ashby. Oh man. Wrong spot. This is what we always come at though, so we finna find out.
When possible, make a U-turn, then take the first right.
This definitely not the spot.
When possible, make a U-turn, then take the first right. At the end of the street, turn right. Turn right on Richmond Highway.
Yeah, I don't see the name of the company nowhere. We're gonna go try this other spot. I don't think that was it right there. Come on, man. Drive the car, woman. Goodness gracious.
Arriving at 1500 Richmond Highway on the right.
Alright, y'all. So that was my little story time, a little bit about the Hedo. I'm out here to pick up this satchel, man. Y'all know how we do. Know what we do. Let's get this bag and I'll holler at y'all a little bit later on tonight. Millionaire Mission, Milkman, Mr. Milktastic, splashing in the fishbowl. Hit you with another episode. Hit the like button for me. Comment, subscribe, share it to your social media. Take a trip to Hedo. Do some freaky stuff that you know.